You are.
Rick Colville,
And what's your title and where are you located at?
General Manager, Dunn, North Carolina.
For the Bleecker Auto Group, correct?
Bleecker Auto Group.
All right, so you're in your sales tower area, and we were
Office.
talking over at lunch, and you had a great idea about Skype. So you're actually using Skype to sell cars?
Yes, we use Skype with a military family. Fort Bragg's 30 miles from us. A lot of times the military family is not together. One of them's Iraq or Iran, frontline, and the wife or spouse is back home. So to get everyone together, we'll use Skype to do that. That way the wife can be in the office with us as we talk to the husband about the car, and we can get both of them together at the same time.
So let's walk this through, because there's a lot of dealerships that just don't even have Skype on their radar.
Right.
So and there's a lot of dealerships that are located towards all sorts of military bases. So let's just start specifically. Someone comes in,
Right.
and they have a spouse that's deployed overseas.
Right.
Okay, and what you're doing is you're actually setting up Skype. How hard is it to set up Skype? What do you got
Not
to do?
at all.
Can you walk us through the process?
I actually have one of my guys do it, but I can probably get one of them to come in here and help.
Pretty much all it is
Skype,
you go to Skype.com.
go to Skype on Google and then download the app, and they have control numbers you put in to get to them directly.
Okay, so let's say, and let's just pretend in your office you had a prospect sitting here,
Right.
and their wife was deployed or their husband was deployed to the Middle East.
Right.
You'd get onto Skype, and then through video conferencing.
Actually, we use this screen up here.
Oh wow, okay. So then basically,
It's a little
like if the prospect's actually sitting right in that seat right there, their husband or wife would be on there, and you'd have a conversation about the vehicle.
Exactly.
How many times a month would you say that you do this?
3 to 4.
Okay, and then it's actually a really good tool to actually sell cars.
It's actually, it's not so much selling the car, it's making the husband or the wife, whoever's deployed, feel more comfortable about the transaction. A lot of the pushback you get from a wife in a situation like that is, I don't want to do this because my husband's not here, or I don't want to do this because I don't know if my husband's comfortable with it, or I have to go home and talk to my husband about this. And then inevitably what happens is, pardon?
Or the wife.
Or the wife. Inevitably what happens is the husband or wife goes home to talk to their spouse, and the spouse who's not here has questions. So then the next day the same thing happens. They come up, ask questions, and then they have to go back home, wait for the husband or wife, go through the same process again, and it's a 3 or 4 day process. When we do this, we find that it's a 30-minute process. The husband or wife that's not here can ask whatever questions they have. We can answer them, show them numbers, do the whole 9 yards with them.
Okay, so if this is working really well for the military, have you used Skype or GoToMeeting or Google Hangouts or FaceTime and Apple? Are you using that service, the same concept but for non-military, for just regular engagement?
Not for non-military. We haven't done that. But what we do offer is delivery to anywhere in the United States from the dealership, door-to-door service. We deliver cars on a regular basis where we never even meet or see the customer. My finance department goes over the deal completely with them over the phone. We'll fax over, they'll email back, driver's license, things like that, and then we'll deliver the car with the paperwork. As far as getting those people on the video monitor in front of us, we haven't done that yet.
But I got to tell you, I think you are ahead of the curve. I really think that using Skype for the military is phenomenal. But I'm thinking it might be really an amazing differentiator for you all to start maybe putting them right on the homepage of your website, like a Skype icon,
Right.
or an Apple FaceTime icon.
Right.
Can you imagine being able to visually with your internet or BDC department be able to, in real time, using video off of somebody's mobile device or what have you?
It's priceless.
Yes.
Really. I mean, that's the best word to use for it. I haven't really thought about going that far with it, and probably the reason being is most military families are so familiar with Skype, but
Right.
with Apple and you're right, with FaceTime, iPhones and everything, we FaceTime our children during the day, and it's the same concept could be applied to the dealership. It would be definitely be a tool that other people aren't using.
I'm just freestyling with you right now. I'm just thinking out loud, since we're building this new internet department BDC, and all of your reps in your internet department are all going to have cameras
Right.
on their computers. It's just another way for them to bridge that gap, with that prospect, to start to create that relationship, start to create that common ground, instead of every other dealership engaging through just a 7% communication medium with just
Right.
text or HTML. You'll be able to have sight, sound, motion, visual, expression. So it's just an idea. I'm taking your idea and I'm just flipping it back at you. I mean, you did a great job with this.
It's great. Like I said, I had never thought of expanding to the regular consumer, but military it works really well with, and generally what works well with them will work well with anyone else. So.
Absolutely. So, while I have you on camera just for another minute, what would you say, it's the end of July, end of June, going into July 2013, what's really on top of your radar, besides obviously the new internet department that you're building? What do you see as the trends or the patterns of people as far as communication and sales on your showroom?
Communication and sales on the showroom, I think, especially going into the next year, this is the communication and sales. Mobile devices are going to be the next platform. What the internet is 2 years ago, a year ago, the mobile device will be that in the next year, 2 years, and I think that we have to stay ahead of the curve. I think that dealerships that are prepared for that, prepared with the mobile sites, prepared to do just texting and sending out applications for a phone that can show a customer a Adobe printout for a Grand Cherokee instead of having to go through email. You can be a whole lot ahead of the curve with that. That's what my next step in this dealership is to incorporate mobile in almost everything that we do.
That stat that I gave you, that was actually courtesy of Eric from Driving Sales. He gave me that stat, which is really strong, that, a prospect that is searching for a dealership or automotive information from their desktop is about 7 days away from their next action or engagement, versus them searching for their mobile is only 60 minutes from the next engagement or interaction.
We've done geofencing with a lot of the bases. That's one of the ways that we advertise. One of the ways we use our advertising dollars. So it's the direction everything's heading in.
So mobile.
Yeah, more mobile and PDA devices we bought this year than desktops.
You know what I was thinking also that I saw somebody else on my Facebook timeline. I saw it on my Facebook timeline. They have iPads in cradles in the service department.
Oh yeah.
And then what they're saying is there's like a note, there's like a signage. Let's say like a signage, and it says, pick up the iPad and leave us a review. So they're basically utilizing iPads in the service drives. I agree with you. I think what you're doing is very cutting edge, but it's not like, a lot of times, sometimes people try to be trendy.
Right.
They try to get stuff that really doesn't help them. But I think Skype is powerful. I think mobile is powerful. I think the iPads are powerful. So listen, thank you so much for your time. I'm going to get back to training your people. I just was really impressed with you and what you had said to me during lunch, and I wanted to just share this with a couple thousand people. All right?
Thanks. Appreciate it.